everybody, this is Robin with Creative2xmom, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you about 7 curriculums under $20 that we love. So welcome back to my channel. My name is Robin and this is Creative2xmom. This channel is all about homeschooling, parenting, and thriving in the day-to-day. Today I want to share with you 7 homeschool curriculums that we have loved and returned to throughout the years. These are 7 items that are under $20 that have been really helpful in our homeschool. Some of them we have absolutely loved and I felt like have really accelerated my kids into their learning journey. So let's just get into it right away. The first one I don't have here in front of me, and that is Explode the Code. Now, if you've been around homeschooling or the homeschool community for any amount of time, you've probably heard of Explode the Code. I didn't use it with my oldest because he was reading pretty fluently and he was in the public school system when he would have used Explode the Code. But when my daughter came into kindergarten and we were talking with our charter school teacher, she recommended it to at least give it a try, and so we tried it out. Very, very inexpensive workbooks to work through. They are phonics based, so they help your kids with some of the basic letter sounds all the way up to blends. I believe that this curriculum goes through level 8. We only took it through level 3 because I had pretty strong readers. But it is great for reviewing those phonetic concepts. If you have a kid that you're teaching to read, which I know can be one of those big momentous things as a homeschooler, how do you teach reading? Explode the Code is really great for going over those phonetic concepts. Even though I had strong readers from an early age, I still felt like it was a good curriculum for reinforcing a lot of what we were learning. So I don't have experience with some of the higher levels, but for those younger levels, really, really loved it. You guys know that we use Rod and Staff for a lot of our reading, but I would say Explode the Code for phonics was probably the better option for us, and it's pretty inexpensive to get your hands on. The next 2 items come from Moor, and the first one is their daily science. This is just the student practice book. These will run, I think, around less than $10, really, and it has all the student worksheets in it. There's about 6 units here, and for each unit I think there's 5 weeks. So this would take you just under a year. There's a worksheet for every day. There's wrap-up activities at the end of each unit. There's some hands-on stuff to do with your kiddos as well. If you want the book with the teacher's pages, those run just slightly under $20. I think they're $19.95. And for the early years, I would say like kindergarten through 3rd, you really don't need it. But some of these later ones, it's nice to have the quick answers because they're not as easy to skim to check your students' work. So it's nice to have that extra information from the teacher's manual. The other thing with daily science, and I've talked about these before, the Moor curriculum, we really love the science K through 3rd. It doesn't have to be the daily science. It can be the units. I use those with my kids all the way up through 3rd grade. I don't know the price on those necessarily, so if you're looking for a little bit more of an inexpensive option, the daily science is very, very good as well. And then you guys know that we love Moor's daily geography. It is something that I have used with my kids all the way from kindergarten up through, I think it goes through 6th grade, and that's where we stop. I really wish it went further because it's something that we really enjoy. Geography tends to be that overlooked subject that doesn't get the attention it deserves, I don't think. I think it's so valuable to have a good idea of where things are at in the world. So these are daily geography questions. There's only 2 for each day of the week, and then a challenge question at the end. Sometimes we do those, sometimes we don't. And I actually break up our daily lessons into, we will do them twice a week. So instead of doing 2 questions 5 days a week, we will do a page twice a week to get through them. I really, really love this. If you add the teachers, again, It's a lot similar to the science. If you get the teacher's edition, it's closer to $20. If you just get the student workbook, it's probably under 10 bucks. It depends upon the level. Again, if they're very young, I can typically skim quickly and see if they've got the correct answer. But by about 5th and 6th grade, it's nice to have the teacher's edition. Plus, there's actually more information. There's definitions in the teacher's edition. There is some background information that you can give your students. And it's not just answers, there's more information in these as well. Moving on to language arts, we love, the next two come from Spectrum. And I love their Spectrum reading. I didn't do it this year, but a lot of times I will grab a Spectrum reading book either for the grade that my kids are finishing or for the next grade that they're going into as some summer reading practice. It's typically just one page of reading and then reading comprehension questions on the other side. You could use this as a full curriculum. You could use it as a warm-up in the morning. Like I said, we use it over the summer to just keep those reading skills going. It's a mix of fiction and nonfiction and instructions, just different types of reading that your student would be doing. Not all story reading. It's different genres of reading so that they get practice using different skills. And the other one that we use is Spectrum Spelling. And I do use this as our full spelling curriculum. We have loved it throughout the years. There is a list depending upon your kid's age. It's very traditional spelling. So the spelling list can be anywhere from 10 to 15 words depending upon their grade. And the first day introduces the list of words. The second day there's a fill-in in the story. The third day it's more of like breaking down the words. You're looking for blends, you're looking for prefixes and suffixes. And then the fourth day there is a writing challenge. And then what I do is on our 5th day we take a test. You don't have to give a test. I prefer to give a test. I have some kids that need that extra little bit of incentive to study their spelling words. Very traditional, very workbook based, but it gets the job done for under $20. Number 6 comes from Rod and Staff. You guys know we love Rod and Staff, and this is their English program. Now, I was an English major in college, and I have to say by about 6th or 7th grade, the English is definitely on par with what I was learning in college. This is a solid curriculum that can be used again and again. If you grab the bundle, it will cost you more than $20. However, I found that until about the 6th or 7th grade, I could get by on just the student workbook. Reading the lesson with my kids, working through it together. There is more in these levels than you will ever accomplish in a year. And we do the English grammar 3 to 4 times a week, and there is absolutely more material here than you could ever get through. These could easily be stretched for 2 years, which makes them a great value. Or if you wanted to work through it, you can just kind of pick and choose which exercises your kids do. That's what I do. There is so many exercises for each lesson that it just would be impossible to do it all. So I pick and choose based on what I think they need to focus on. There's a lot of diagramming in here as well. And some people don't really see the value in diagramming. I do, because I think it helps you break down the language, helps you analyze what you're reading a lot better. We love these. And if you're just going to get the student workbook, easily under $20, definitely retains its value and easy to resell. And the last one comes from Rod and Staff as well, and that is their health curriculum. Now they only have a 2nd and 4th grade. I really wish that they would come up with a high school level because my kids through our charter need to take health. We have done the 2nd grade, which I feel really it's labeled as level 2. I think it could cover easily on up through probably 5th grade because there's a lot of concepts there that can be reviewed with kids again and again. This is the level 4, and this to me feels very much so like a middle school level because it's extremely meaty. It's just one little workbook. I think there's about 100 pages in it, but there is so much that you could definitely stretch this one out. There's a lot of biblical application as to why we are taking care of our bodies, and a lot of practical application as to just taking care of your health nutrition-wise, taking care of yourself hygiene-wise. Really, really good and very inexpensive. So those are 7 homeschool curriculums under $20 that we absolutely love. Leave me a comment down below and let me know some of your inexpensive finds that you are using in your homeschool. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.